You notice that as soon as the camera comes on, everything gets drawn. We just relieved her. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And we've got our project rolling along today. Now, if you guys didn't tune in for the last video, we bought a 2015 2500 Chevrolet. Didn't know nothing about it, now we know a little more. The motor knocks. Well, we've been playing knock-knock jokes all night. So it sounds to me like it's got a bottom end knock in it. So we're gonna take and pull the motor out of it and see if we can salvage that motor. And if we can, I've got a parts motor, or I've got another motor that we can put in it. So that's not that big a deal. Anyway, we took and we turned the truck around. That way, when we're pulling the motor out, that I can get an engine hoist in here in front of it, and we got plenty of room to mess around with everything over here. We got it pulled in here. We got our heater on because, my God, it is cold outside, and I think it's starting to snow, so thank God we're in here working around and not mucking around the snow outside. Basically, what we're gonna get started on is we're gonna start pulling this, we're gonna start pulling this radiator shroud out. We're gonna get the plastic covers off the engine, the air box, just all the small stuff around the motor so we can get down to what we need to. Now, a lot of people will take and they will pull the motor with the intake manifold on it. I don't want to do that because I'm going to take the intake manifold off to get to them top bell housing bolts. I'll just make it easier for me. That way I'm not fumbling around on top of the tranny. The other thing is when you're coming out with this motor, there's a good possibility there's a map sensor up there on top of the intake that you could hit on that cowl, and I've broken a couple doing that, so it's just easier to take the intake manifold off. It just takes an extra 30-45 minutes to do it, and get that pulled off, get it out of your way. It really frees up a lot of room. So we're going to break down a lot of parts. We're going to take the power steering pump is down here. We're just going to take and unhook the power steering pump from the motor and unbolt it from the motor and just leave it in the chassis along with the air conditioner compressor, the AC compressor. Basically, and the reason for that is I don't need to open up the power steering, the Hydro Boost lines, and leak all that stuff all over the ground if I don't have to. And same thing with the air conditioner. I don't need to take that off and then have to pull vacuum on the AC system and then having to fill it back up with Freon. So I guess there ain't nothing to it just to do it. We're going to take and it's going to be kind of a pain on my belly since that grill guard's there. But anyway, guess we'll get started on it. Imagine a toolbox on wheels. You can move it wherever you're working. And the thieves can move it to wherever they're working. Ta-da! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Okay. I'm done. People's like, where'd you get your wonderful work light? Menards for $15. People give all the money for them high-dollar lights. We just take and get you some bale and wire, and they'll put in the hole on the top. The top, there's a hole up there. Oh, hit the hole, Garrett. Okay. One thing's for sure, though, it'll blind good. Yeah. One thing for sure, though, we dropped our light. Let there be light. If you're low on oil, you don't need to add oil, you just need a longer dipstick. I don't know why anybody would ever charge money for an oil change. All you gotta do is just hit that button to reset it on the dashboard. However Chevrolet came up with that, that's awesome. I expertly cataloged that over there. So this whole all be pretty easy. That just goes right down there, them ECMs, and we'll just unplug that and lay it on top of the motor, and all the plugins on the other motor should be the same. You know, there's more room in here than I thought. Hey, look, none of the exhaust manifold bolts are broke. On this side, anyway. Cool. All right. Got him. Okay. It's loose. All right. You little bastard! Look at that. That's some nastiness there. Huh. Because it's got got a bunch of water in it. Right down there underneath that rocker arm. But, so now we've LS swapped this Dominic into this truck. It's got loads more power. We're gonna install a crank on the torque converter. Hell, we'll run 6-second quarter miles.
It's just as loud though.
Yeah, it's just as loud. All right, we've got it mostly tore down. There, work right across there for us to see. Took the intake manifold off, got the top bell housing bolts out, torque converter bolts out, obviously the intake off, water pump out, AC compressor still on. I kind of like to, what I'll do is I'll get that motor lifted up, and when it gets to right about here, it'll be a lot easier to get that AC compressor off, because right now the bolts are against the cross member. Woo, out of breath. Anyway, she's pretty close to coming out. All right, let's roll that hoist over here. As you guys can see, we've got a chain stretched across there. We've got Dom down there to put some bolts in the back of that head and the front of that head. And we're gonna roll our mighty hoist up here.
You want to release it?
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to go to off center of that hitch. Roll it in there a little further. Can we go in there further? Are we hitting something? No. Okay, we're good. Okay. You might have to grab it with these pliers. I think it's one of them special jobbies. I think the damn thing's broke. That's what I think. There it goes. Down. There you go. Okay. Alrighty. Can you're closer to it. Can you reach that chain, hook it?
Anywhere? Or?
Yeah. Just hook it up there somewhere front when we get it scooted out of there a little bit. You can do it. You notice that as soon as the camera comes on, everything gets drawn by. We just relieved her. That was perfect.
Okay. You want me to start jacking up some more?
Yeah. She's going! Look at that. She's floating. Motor boating. You all right?
Whew. Yeah, I just saw my finger's light flash before its eye.
Was it hung up on some over there?
Oh yeah, it was hung up on the wiring harness.
Well.
Hold on.
We've liberated it. Go that way. You got a hood behind you. Well, hey guys, as you can see, we got the motor out. So stay tuned. We're gonna, hopefully on next video, we're gonna get the motor plopped back in, get it hooked back up, and drive her down the road. Hopefully. So, if you guys like the video, hit the like button. I do like reading your comments and everything, so leave your comments down below, and we'll see you guys next time.